Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Games and Names. Our sport for this episode is kayak, and our featured star guest is Hour Ashraf, who was a former player for Egypt's national female team and currently a coach for the national team. So let's get to know more about kayak and about Hour in the upcoming minutes of Games and Names. Sprint kayak is a sport held on calm water. The paddler is seated, facing forward, and uses a double-bladed paddle, pulling the blade through the water on alternate sides to propel the boat forward. Kayak sprint has been in every Summer Olympics since it debuted at the 1936 Summer Games in Berlin. Racing is governed by the International Canoe Federation. Boats may have one rudder, which must be under the hull of the boat. The rudder is controlled by the feet of the paddler, the foremost paddler in multi-person designs. The boat to be designed as to be a sit-in as opposed to a sit-in on surf ski. Crews or individuals race over 200 meters, 500 meters, 1,000 meters, or 5,000 meters, with the winning boat being the first to cross the finish line. In competition, the number of paddlers within a boat is indicated by a figure besides the type of boat. K1 signifies an individual kayak race, K2 pairs, and K4 four-person crews. A K3 kayak has been developed in South Africa for use in the Fish River Canoe Marathon. Modern sprint kayaks are generally made of lightweight composite materials such as carbon fiber and fiberglass. Wood was previously used on older kayaks along with steel for some sections of the boat. They are narrow, extremely unstable, and expensive. Due to this, they are not intended to be used in anything other than flat water courses. They can capsize and or be dragged underwater in moderate waves. I am Hour Ashraf, head coach of Al Masri Kayak Club. I first practiced sports when I was in secondary school. I started as a volleyball player where I stayed for 5 years. I used to play for Al Ahli, Al Ghaba, and Heliolido clubs. I stopped practicing sports in my final high school year. But then I resumed my activities in sport with kayak, and I never thought I would be here till now. During my first college year, I came here with 15 of my colleagues with the aim of just learning the sport and obtaining a certificate. But here I am. I am just one of 2 girls out of the original 15 who succeeded. I specialized in rowing, kayak, and canoe. I've been here since 2011, and I've worked for a master's degree in kayak.
هو في مركب وفي شخص بيقعد فيها
In kayak, you sit on a boat, you row up front by going once to the right and once to the left. In canoe, you sit on your knee and you row either to the right or to the left according to your preference. My most difficult years in the sports were the very first ones. I used to come to the training at 5:30 a.m. and then to university at 8:30 a.m. and I used to practice a couple of times per day on average. I remember that I only missed one training session all year long in 2011, my first year in kayak. The federation had just been established here in Egypt, and I really wanted to prove myself and get a head start. My parents really helped me. They were very patient with me. I used to panic at first, especially that the sight of the Nile could be a bit scary. Besides, it was very cold in winter times, and you had to fall in the water every time out in kayak by the nature of the sport. I can tell you that despite the fact that my daily routine was very hectic and that it has not changed for almost 10 years now, it is much easier today. Of course, there are some difficulties, but they can't be compared to before. I remember that my mom used to be scared from the fact that I fell regularly in the Nile waters and that my captain, my coaches, especially Coach Gouda, taught me how to swim and float in Nile waters with the help of aid equipment, and I never felt danger since. As far as my coaching career goes, I worked very hard to get younger players to get involved in the sports at the Arab Contractors Club, but I faced a lot of difficulties. I worked as an assistant, and I wanted again to get younger players involved because I really believe that the younger you get to practice the sport, the better chances you'll have at excelling and reaching higher levels, but I really faced some difficulties at the beginning.
فاحنا نعمل فرقه صغيره. لا انا كنت عايزه ابتدي عشان دول يعني هم دول الثمره اللي هي قدام بعد كده هم اللي هيطلعوا ابطال. نتعب معاهم دلوقتي عشان تعرف تلاقي بعدين.
But I did succeed with the help of the kids' parents to get younger players into the sports at the Arab Contractors Club after all. But after facing some difficulties to proceed with my plans, I came here to Al Masri Club, where I'm a head coach and no longer just an assistant, and I am working with the same goal again of involving younger and younger kids. The fact that I'm one of the few female head coaches in the middle of dozens of male coaches has forced me to make a double effort. A double effort with myself and with the players. And thank God, patience is finally bearing fruit.
انا اول ما جيت النادي هنا عندنا كمان في نادي مصري
Fighting stereotyping about female presence in the sport has been one of the most difficult hurdles to overcome. But I was also lucky to have those who encouraged me. And I remember when I came here that one of the leading figures told me that he expected me to coach the national team one day. And here I am. I even traveled recently as head of a delegation for the national team in international tournaments. And so, while as a player, I only represented Egypt once. That was in 2016. It was during the activities of the 9th Arab Cup that was held in An-Nuzhalik in Alexandria, where I finished second. But in coaching, I had a lot of presence with the national team, and I'm still here.
عندنا في بلدنا هنا في مره شاركت بنت واحده بره كانت لسه مش يعني متمكنه من المركب بس برضه خدت ميداليه طبعا لعبه سنه يعني دي البطوله اللي انا يعتبر فيها ان انا كنت لعبت منتخب بس يعني ما اذكر يعني الناس تقول لك ازاي انت بنت وتعرفي توفقي بين دراستك وكليتك.
I was asked so many times, how can you manage between playing the sport, coaching, your academic and social lives? And I would always say, it's about loving what you do, it's about will, and above all, it's about time management. So you can definitely do it. And thank God I have succeeded in representing my country as a player, and now I'm a national team coach. And I still managed to finish 10th in my university with very good grades. And I've also prepared a master's degree. And I enjoy every part of my life socially within the frame of sport. It's a choice and it's a sacrifice, but I feel I've been rewarded.
بعد كده ارجع واسهر شويه، ممكن ما كنتش بعرف انام. ده كان كله مؤثر عليا، بس يعني هي دي كانت حياتي. اصلا انا لو ما تعبتش دلوقتي مش هعرف اتعب بعدين يعني. هي ده اللي فيه مشكله يعني، او ده اللي فيه التعب. انت 4 سنين من حياتك لازم تطلع فيهم كل جهدك. ازاي طبعا كنت عارفه اوفق ما بين اهلي وبيتي ودراستي.
I was asked so many times, how can you manage between playing the sport, coaching, your academic and social lives? And I would always say, it's about loving what you do, it's about will, and above all, it's about time management. So you can definitely do it. And thank God, I have succeeded in representing my country as a player, and now I'm a national team coach. And I still managed to finish 10th in my university with very good grades. And I've also prepared a master's degree. And I enjoy every part of my life socially within the frame of sport. It's a choice and it's a sacrifice, but I feel I've been rewarded.
اول ما دخلت الكاك جبت معايا يعني بابا ووريته النادي، حتى بص عليه، حتى بدأ كمان اخويا ينضم واختي ينضموا كمان معايا في اللعب، بس اختي يعني على كبر شويه. يعني ده كله كان لازم، حتى كان بيحضروا معايا تمارين بعد الظهر.